Yo. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Tonight, we'll be starting off this beautiful evening with a little bit of freestyling while we prepare for the main course, the Rap-Royalty radio show, the Royal Review. And we have got some amazing writing and verses in store. For those of you that aren't familiar, Rap-Royalty is home to the greatest in the world. And tonight, we will be covering the Gifted Scripts League, a testament to what true writing talent can do with a pen. It's beautiful. It's truly beautiful. I'll be making little changes to the stream as the night goes on to the best of my ability. In fact, the stream hasn't even started by some interpretations, given that we're still on the starting screen. So I'll take the time to put a little noise suppression on my voice, because it's noisy when I'm hoisting up the pressure. And depression hits hard, but you gotta hit harder. Otherwise, you'll live on as a lit martyr. I spit and trade and barter. I'm about to crossfade with a blade to startle. I'm a Martian. Out of this gate, I don't barter. We gotta put a fab filter, EQ, in this mix that I'm trying to feed you. Hit the doggy door. You don't really want the war. I'm an omnivore. I'll eat any type of y'all. My bars are sore. Y'all would have said carnivore. That bar is played out like probably a lot of musicals, because that bar is played out as you go to a play to listen to a musical. You understand? You can follow the script. Otherwise, swallow the tip. Follows a rip. The Dalai Lama sitting on top of his partridge family. My bars are slamming you. You can't even see the insanity. I'm exceeding with speed, without a need for the vanity. Any candidate I'm taking down, Greyhound busting up in a melee. The sound is mine, and I'm bound inside the shrine. Let me hit live scene so y'all can see what I've seen for literally days. I wanted a little bit of time to freestyle so I could give it away with some more, you know, je ne sais pas. A little bit of a drum roll before we see what sort of ridiculous thing has led me to use this back then. Love you, brother. So good. Love you. Alright. So let's see. I gotta open up Ozone here. That way you can hear me oh so clear. I hold it in the rear, and I know it interferes with my thought patterns, but I oft climb up the darkest ladder with the partial patterns of a striking adder. You can't add it up. I'm the Mad Hatter. Yeah, it's all purpose. We want the vocal hue. Vintage flavor, vocal richness. There we go. Give me some richness. That's what I want. I want the richness. Y'all better witness. Better call in my hit list. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I got them into them breathing tubes. Plus, believe the flu is much sicker. I bust like the clip of this one. I run amok with my 6 gun. No disrespect, I just stick them. And I inflict them like these are mine, like the D's align between your eyes. And I seem to despise these thoughts anon. I'm up in the Parthenon. I say, let your trash bars be gone. Just like a stormy or a skarmory scrawling, scrying at the gate. Blast off, get past the plate. I forgot to turn on my light, so you actually got spoiled. That's why we were on stream starting, because we haven't done all the necessary things. And I'm yet to carry bling, but I will do. I'ma be chilling cold as a cave, I mean mildew. Do I thrill you? I'ma fill you with a feeling so you won't appeal to these thoughts. I gotta stop saying these thoughts. Although these thoughts means like multiple things, but I'll still try and say it less because it's just not the best. So let's see. Where's my band word? There. These thoughts. Those are the new ones. Okay. I'm about to pop a bottle like that Moet and that Alizé. I got a show tape ready for the faux play. And I'm screaming out, you're so lame. I throw flames. Yo, I should change the screen so I can make them see what I would do. Let's press a button and I'll be getting mutton. You'll be getting nothing. You're like a shredded muffin. You're not tough in the least. You make me suffer just to speak of you. Whatever boom you try to make when we bleeding through the same pages. Duck me for 3 years and we engage this like a phase shift. That's a true fact. While rapping over boom bap. And these dudes act like they bigger than us. But the only thing that they are is triggered because they won't even try it. They should eat that like going on a diet and get nothing because they get nothing from it. And I'm about to take the parts and rummage through the goat's stomachs. Kinda sick. These are bars that I'm trying to flip up in a china shop and my mind's equipped. Yo, so let me introduce you to the awesome thing that I have developed. Well, not really developed. It's a pretty normal thing by like capable human standards, but I don't always achieve those. You know, I do my best, but all I can stand upon is what I do in the moment. I think it's pretty cool, so where is it? Why didn't it work? Do it. Oh, cause I have it. Okay, I gotta wait. Let me first flip over to this, and then I'm gonna flip back to this. Why isn't that working? That's supposed to bring up my tip screen. That's so bizarre. Why isn't it working now? I know it was working before. Let me check the Stream Deck command. Okay, so it's live scene source pip bucket. That should still be there. Yeah. What? Oh, it's too low on the layers. Why is it so low on the layers? Oh, because of the webcam. The pip screen now has to go ahead of that. So I'll put it up here where it should be above it. And now I press this button and we'll be getting something that I quite like. Check that out. We got a picture-in-picture screen. Ha how cool is that? That while I'm talking about rap royalty, we can make the pip screen. We could maybe make it larger, perhaps. You know, so you could see more of that. We could like resize it or something. Maybe put it like over here or something. And then we put that behind my webcam. You know, something like that. Wait. It's not even... Oh, because it has to be above webcam bucket, right? But... Oh, that's brutal. I have to put it in webcam bucket. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, that's fine. I can live with that. Alright, check that out. Try that on for size. Hey, Scheisse mein Herr Kleben. I haven't seen you in a very long while. How has life been? I haven't been streaming in a long while, to be honest, but I'm back to it, and I think you can tell by my efforts on my stream setup, I'm back to it in force, you know? I'm trying my best. Okay, so one thing that I can do to improve this image is I can go to the pip screen. I can make this have smaller bounds so that you can effectively see more. So we don't need anything more than that on Rap Royalty. And I guess we'll do like that, maybe. And we're gonna resize it so that hopefully we get the gist of what we're looking at. Is there some way to have something follow your mouse almost around pages? Because that would be pretty sweet. Because I don't know where we're going to be looking. But most likely somewhere here. So let's try that. And I think that'll probably work. And then that'll be... Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's see. So we go to the GSL, where we are going to be covering this league. And let me turn down my music a little bit. Now that it's no longer freestyling time, it's royal review time, my friends. Can I want some fanfare. Hang on. What's this soundboard? Soundboard. My instance. That's what it is. Okay. So we do royal horn. Okay. Royal. Let's try that. Okay. I mean, that's something. I want like the well, that's what's it called? The one movie company. It doesn't even have it. How disappointing is that? And if I open it actually on that window, I can even show you that without having to change anything. Oh, all right. Let's put back on here. I need to get moving on the league because this is how I'm gonna get mired up in wasting time. Because right now, this isn't a big deal, but this is why I need like a notepad that just runs live because if I had that, I would easily be able to do a lot. Okay, so we're gonna be looking at all of the battles, and I'm gonna go from top to bottom, and I'm going to be reading and feeding all of the battles except for my own. And I'm excited for some of these because one of them in particular, been very busy. I'm glad to catch one of your streams. Have fun. Yes. Thank you so much for stopping by. Like, it really means the world to me. Let me go ahead back to live scene so we can do that. And hopefully we can adjust this so that the stream or the verse is in focus. because that's what we want ultimately. So we're going to go to pip, and we're going to transition. Actually, let me use that new information to crop image, which I think should help. Let's see. Crop. Here, I'll just transition that so you can see that. I think that's about the best we're going to get with it. Okay, that's close enough. Close enough is good enough in this case. Now we're going to go to live scene, and we should be able to transition, and that should work. Unfortunately, the webcam box isn't the right size. So, I mean, I'm not like particularly stressed about that, but we can fix that. Now we're set up for success at the very least. So we've done something. Let's that, and then that will work just fine. And now we go back to live scene and we transition. And there we go. Problem solved. So yeah, so I'm going to be reading a bunch of really cool verses by some really awesome authors. That is it. You have everyone prepare for doom. I gotta get back in the habit of reading what I'm typing aloud, but it's in Discord, so I don't know. I was typing just that moment. What's up to Rude, MC Flame, and Slavic? I hope they're doing well where they are, and we are going to get some music back on because I paused it before. Let me see. Is this the right playlist? Yeah, that's probably the right playlist. All right, awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Rap Dash Royalty Royal Review. We're gonna start off with this battle right here. The verse before your eyes. So his verse goes. The title, Lost in Thought. Okay, I like it already. I skimmed the first line, and I really like how it opens. An inner city street paved with sinners' broken dreams. Blank faces roam around and paint a mystery. I'd say they look the same, simply hopeless fiends, till the day he came and changed my view on what that means. A strange man with gray hair and wrinkles round his eyes. He flouts the social contract just to drink until he dies. His face and shirt caked in dirt seemed to catch my eye. Averse to human contact, his routine would mystify. My brow was always furrowed from thinking about why he was allowed to burrow deep inside my mind. I'd sit and watch him walk around about my open window. Hot cup of coffee cooling me off as the wind blows. Often lost in thought, pondering why he's wandering. I'd wonder what his options were and what exactly brought him here. I wanted to get closer in the hopes that I could talk to him. Launched out of my apartment, scanned the streets, and started stalking him. Quickly I caught up and got everything I wanted. Honestly, he talked so much most would be forgotten. Face sagging from the stresses that he wears under the drugs. His black expression was apparent, not a jester having fun. Adherent to a parent, lacking the gesturing love. Not completely absent, but on average, not enough. His past would chase him fast and his depression would erupt. try to beat it back, but it would just laugh. So he would run, falling off the path. That's a fact that he was lost, sullen and relaxed. When suddenly I asked what brought his misery, he stopped, lost in thought for a moment. Then he looked at me. Something seemed off. I looked around the street, then I looked back. He suddenly went missing, and like that, he was gone. Yo. Okay. First thing, bars, baby. Bars, baby, Huey. Ooh. Yo, that's where you could call yourself BBB or BBH. Bars, baby, Huey. That'd be cool. But it could be flipped as in like, hey, you're the bars baby. Your bars are like a baby, so you're the bars baby. So you don't consider the implications thereof. Really, really cool verse. Obviously it had very nice flow because I was able to get through it without stopping once. And I haven't read this verse before. So just doing that to an instrumental and finding a way to still catch the rhyme schemes, because you had some really cool switch ups and stuff, and I was totally able to follow it because it was all where it should have been rhythmically, and it was just really, really nice. Very satisfying to read. I really liked it. Now, in the interest of not tooting your horn too hard before I read TGO's verse, who is another slayer of the text topical world. And in fact, I'm quite excited for TGO's verse. Wow, your text is small. Wow, look at that small text. Like I mean, G is much better for gargantuan one. Like that would be even a cool name. But I'm trying to give you a name that's can I something to make this more readable? Dude, this is find a better text color. I hate reading a verse with the entire verse in that text color. Like I'm just going to make it orange. That's what I'm used to. I can't deal. Oh god, I'm a moderator. No! Shit! Oh, I'm not supposed to swear. Oh god, I'm a moderator. How do I undo edit? How do I undo edit? Oh god. Oh god. How do I undo edit? Oh god, I forgot I was a moderator. And then when I press save, it would actually save it. Ah, no. No. Okay, I remember how it was. I remember the color was purple. Oh god. Oh no. Oh, oh no. Okay, I put it back. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to reply with quote. Oh no. Okay, breathe. We're past it. I've undone it. I'm gonna reply with quote. Then I'm gonna go advanced, and now if I save it, it'll just post it, which is far less bad than literally editing TGO's verse. Literally just nope. This is orange now. Call me the orange overlord. I ate too many carrots. Wait, did I just try and submit reply? Okay, I don't actually want to do that. Okay, so we unquote it. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. This is how we do it. It's Friday night. I feel alright. Well, the party is up on the west side. Something, keys to my truck. Feels so good in my hood tonight. Okay, so this is actually going to be easier on me because now it's the size it's supposed to be. In fact, let me see what he did to make the size. He put size 1. What? Let's put that on 2. I think that'll make my life a little easier. Don't do that, TGO. Just write short lines and let that be the reason that they're fitting. Okay. Okay, so we're on 100% now. It should work. Okay, so this is the topic he chose, which is like a Nordic sort of like runes in the chest. It's like a big ruin. There's some guys down here that are chilling on some rocks in the water. Very cool. Actually, Baby Huey, we knew his topic. His topic was lost in thought. So let's see. Okay, it starts off. Let me just put on the instrumental. I'm gonna keep doing what I was doing. Let's start another one. Shiloh Lo-Fi Mix. Let's try it. Okay. Yeah. Atop rocks whose bases were tattered, that time and waves have left battered. The mages had gathered, hooded figures chanting, faceless they chattered. First their cadence was scattered, hardly arranged in a pattern, but the wind's whisper seemed to weave in their melodies. The chants collided, they repeated them zealously, slowly rose an ominous tone as their haunting humming echoed off the water and stone. Sheets of solid state shifted with an obvious groan, wildly wrenched from their watery homes. The surf surged, sending sediment from beneath the currents, preceding the first jagged peak's emergence. We watched the stones rise for their lethal purpose, cutting through the faint fog as they breached the surface. Uneasy, nervous, came the call of ospreys that nested the cliffside as they, like I, reveled at this sight. Sizable sheets of stone and sediment in flight, they settled adrift high behind the single stalwart statue that connected the bridge sides, as if the planet protested in defiance of gravity. The gray clouds darkened the horizon dramatically before unleashing bolts of violet-hued static heat. Obviously, that's supposed to be a plural, or put a, or like 100 bolts or something. That struck the. I noticed it. Most people say you wouldn't notice it if you were like in the zone. I noticed the. Sorry, I'm just having fun. Okay. Where was I? I was at the. So let me just search the. Okay. the stoic sentinel in the most violent of gatherings. An ominous aura consumed the rooms carved in its breastplate. I felt the scarred up heart in my chest shake. Ooh, really nice. Really nice imagery. Wow. Okay, reminiscing on what started this quest. Hate, how I disregarded the death rate, but now the target's in checkmate. Oof. Nice. Osprey flock fleed from their homes, tucked in the stones, when the enormous crop of metamorphic rock let out a thunderous groan. Then the ageless slumber was broken. Slowly in a lumbering motion, its blaze rose from the bubbling ocean. From the city walls, a muffled commotion. Alas, the struggles were hopeless. The behemoth blades descended with the most violent of force, slicing the stone, severing its ties from the shore. Amongst my troops, it incited a roar. Awed at the sight of the sword, made of slate, and the tide were at war. The earth fumbled underfoot, seeming weak from the damage. The angry seas drowned out the howls of people in panic. I watched the water till the last tower dipped beneath it and vanished. In all the feat we had managed, we defeated Atlantis. Huh. Yo. TGO. Let's talk. Let's talk right here. My man. I think I have that as like a sound file. I'm gonna have to program it into my Stream Deck somehow. I don't really care how I do it, but I'm gonna program it in such that I could press a button and be like, my man, and it'll just do it. Right now, I can do 2 of them. I can do this one. And I mean, that's like a classic.
Get out of here, stalker.
And then I can do that one. If stalkers get into the stream, I'll say
Get out of here, stalker.
That's what I'll say. So after I say that, we'll go. True facts. Truer facts have never been spoken in the heavens and the ocean. Yo, so TJO, I gotta say, this was amazing. It was really, really good. And it made me wonder, what of all those people who considered you as only a text battler, who thought you had limits like that, you know, this wasn't your forte, this wasn't your field, and yet you come in here writing this, my man, writing this amazing verse, and I don't know, I'm kind of struck, I'm kind of lost for words here, in terms of, you know, even believing what I'm seeing here. This is really, really impressive, man. I really, really like it. Now, I want to say imagery was off the hook. The rhyme schemes were really nice. And what I really like about the rhyme schemes is that you could tell you were pushing the rhyme schemes. And that, for me, is the single most important thing. And I think that's really what gave you the edge here. Your imagery was beautiful, but your opponent also brought a very, very solid verse. You know, he told a clean story. He had great imagery, great flow of his story. It just really, really tight, effective writing. Because even in a battle like this, there's no loser. There's absolutely no loser, because even the person that takes the L is still one of the very most capable and most creative minds in writing today, bar none. So I think you got to take any loss with a grain of salt, because you know you're truly facing the best in the world on rap-royalty.com. If you don't know, now you know. Get an account. That's all I'm saying. Sign up, post your stuff, and you will see the glory of rap-royalty. So I hated your text color. I hated that you made it size 1. Delete that. Like, just get rid of it. I'm not telling you to conform, but this just, I had to zoom in and stuff to read it. That's not, you know, I guess you have to, like, look in, you have to peer in, so maybe that whole experience was supposed to be that same religious zealotry, because you're writing in 10 dimensions, and I'm just a mortal man who's trying to hang on. Really incredible verses from both of you. For the sake of brevity, I'll say my vote goes to TGO, for the reasons I've outlined prior, and his rhyme schemes were tighter, his flow, because while Baby Huey had a nice, really, really good top-tier flow, TGO he put on a masterclass of tight rhyme schemes and effective writing. So MVGT, TGO. Let me hold on. There's a function where I can put like a timestamp thing under here. How do I do that? How do I do this? I gotta figure this out before I go on to the next one. I gotta take the derailing and try and run with it. Okay, that was smart. I put Stream Deck on literally every page. Now we go Stream Deck. We need, I guess, Stream Controls is fine. And this would be Twitch tools, live streamer, send message, shout out, Twitch pager, clip to chat, creates a Twitch clip and posted it in chat. Oh, okay, I'm gonna set this program up. Let me just make sure you guys can't see what I'm doing on my screen. You can't. That's so excellent. You know what? Let's put it on just chatting for a moment while I figure this out. Thank you all for being here. And let's, oh God, just chatting isn't set up, so I actually can't do that. Okay, title. Did I do it successfully? No, I didn't. Okay, approval code. What is it? It emailed me? Is that what I'm to understand here? I see a stream summary. That's about it. Wrong email. Okay, so this one should be it. Although no, it's in actually a different email. Let me go ahead and log into that on my Brave browser, not the one you guys are looking at, just so I can have some privacy. You know? And what was I gonna do? I was gonna log into Gmail. That's what I'm logging into Gmail. I'm a G, not a female. I'm a beast. I won't see jail. But CJX, the dude who don't need to fail. Gotta be thankful for the things that you do. And for the things that you have, because they all play a part in you becoming who you are today. So get out of this place like a Martian ray. Starship, odd decay. Actually, I'm skipping this because I have a time limit. I can't do it right now. I just gotta skip. Any stream problems, I just gotta skip. Alright, Jericho. We got Jericho, who I'm gonna not save the edit this time because we're not gonna repeat a mistake. I'm gonna go advanced. That way I can look at it. Preview changes. There we go. Okay. Alright. I also prepared a video to present to the class as part of my school project. Okay. That's respect. We'll have to watch the video after I vote the whole battle, because the video is not included in what a topical is. Alright. With insanity, twisted vanity, mix and anarchy, sick man I'll be, as candid as can be. She enamored with fantasy, rewritten before Christ, lies, profanity, pride demanding, high fives, sigh, Ides of inanity. Ooh, okay. Jericho out here flexing. Wow. Okay. What are Ides? Because I know they're like the Ides of March, but what are Ides definition? Let's see. The 15th day of March, May, July, or October, or the 13th day of the other months in the ancient Roman calendar. So we just missed the Ides. Okay, cool. That's I'll have to look back at that definition and try to learn it later, but you know, we'll keep moving. All right. So, twisted vanity, mixing anarchy, sick man I'll be, as candid as can be. Where was I? Price demanding, high five, sigh, Ides of inanity. I lied, inside panicking. Okay, is not the right term there. It would be there are 1080. Unless you say it, there is 1,080 observable. No, but you'd still say there are 1,080 observable particles in the universe. Violet lines smattering the white canvas. The gift is maddening. The artist takes a step back from the canvas. The head tilts with an inquisitive look. The artist studies the painting shades, patterns, shades, patterns, shades, patterns. Okay, so I should read that specifically like that. The artist studies the painting shades, patterns, shades, patterns, shades, patterns. The artist smatters his paintbrush on the canvas. He sees a new pattern. The artist smatters his paintbrush on the canvas again, this time with a faster hand movement. The artist smatters his paintbrush again and again, faster and faster. Right, swing, left swing. Higher, faster, smattering and laughing at his magnum opus. Yes, laughter. Ha ha. Yes, alive, alive. The artist steps closer to the canvas, still smattering his paintbrush wildly. New patterns, new shades. Same shade, crimson red, no violent smattering. Finally, the artist's hand smashes through the canvas. The artist swings again, punching another hole in the now crimson canvas. He picks up the painting, laughing. The artist breaks the easel, smashes it to pieces. The artist takes a step back, deep breathes, and now astonishing sequence, damaging one's ego. The death of a hero. Mannequins were created to be stand-ins for people. Our cerebral cortex has been affected with evil. That theoretical needle that has threaded a sequel. Are you a legend, a sequel? Hesitant eagles scared to fly in the heavens. Are you a legend, a sequel? Hesitant eagles scared to fly into the heavens cathedral. See through, see who mislead you as a pre-use. Discovering one's own truth is elixir that's needful, peaceful. The artist notices the blood on the broken easel, the perfect shade of crimson he has been looking for. Beneath you, the artist grabs a blade, script through. Wow. Okay. Wow. What am I to do with that information? Wow. Like, what an incredible verse. What incredible use of language. Like, truly, some of the best. Especially this. Like, this was just like, it was like charging through like an open field away from a grenade. That type of like visceral feeling. Just I felt this. You know, I 100%. When we got into this, I think because I caught the acceleration before this start. Because in order to hit the rhyme scheme the way that you intended it, you have to keep reading and you can't stop mid-line because most people would want to stop here. But you continued so that you could accelerate into a transition. And deep breaths now, damaging one's you kept elements of the previous rhyme scheme and turned it into something different, and then went back to the old rhyme scheme to kind of sneak with the same sort of feeling. You're sneaking a rhyme transition, and it's really well done. It's really good. Just truly top tier. Now let's read your opponent's verse. Jericho versus Scar. I'm excited to see Scar's verse. Okay, let's see. Art of War, space between. That's the verse. The art of war is often a silent conceit. One thing I want to note before we even get into it, it's shorter than your opponent's. I'm gonna... Okay, I didn't watch the video yet, as promised. We're going to go to word counter. We're just going to see Jericho's. So he went 294, well below the cap. In fact, let me write down everyone's word count, just so that we can keep a record. Okay, so we rename this PSL week 1, and that's going to be TGO versus I'll fill that in later. And then we've got Scar versus Jericho. Okay, Jericho and undecided right now, but Scar had 290, or no, Jericho had 294. I think it was 294. 297? So we're going to put that, and we're going to say versus 297, and we're going to await a result from that. Okay. So, art of war, space between. The art of war is often a silent conceit, minutiae internalized and divided in 3. let me just check the word count. Yes, it's a full 90 words less than your opponents. So you must know that you are at a disadvantage, and that's not due to a lack of words, because neither of you hit the word count. So it was a choice, but it's got to be a very, very good verse, because all of Jericho's repetition, which I wasn't like a huge fan of, I felt like it was wasted words, perhaps, but it did emphasize. But I feel like somehow you could have avoided it and still emphasized in a similar manner, perhaps not to the same degree, but at least for me, it was hard to take that bit. But overall, you know, it's very good. Definitely enjoying all of what we're doing here. So, the art of war is often a silent conceit, minutiae internalized and divided in 3 stages, from stasis to rage to violent relief. The devil derives from details, lost between lines, and time is deceiving, serving as blindfolds while matching arm pose concedes to kindest reprieve, and not to mention that long, slow waltz along the eye of the evening. See, I think ending it with just an apostrophe here, and transitioning into the next line with a trill rather than a hard pause, because you kind of hard pause there. I would have put the an apostrophe. That way it would read, serving as blindfolds while matching arm pose concedes to kindest reprieve, and not to mention that long, slow waltz along the eye of the evening. So it add the kindest reprieve and eye of the evening. So that's my idea there, why I would suggest that. I think it's a good change, but it's yours to consider and to decide to do with it as you will. I have GSL open live now. I am reading and voting battles live. Supporting is a way you can support GSL without needing to participate. Yo, okay. So where were we? Oh, I see some swearing here. I'm gonna have to censor that. Okay, so I would still make that serving as blindfolds while matching arm pose concedes to kindest reprieve, and not to mention that long, slow waltz along the eye of the evening. You see how it would just flow effortlessly into that? And I'm sure that's how you're reading it. But for me, I need the transition to know that it's happening. And I'm pretty good at feeling the flow and using that to guide. But, you know, along the eye of the evening, setting sun bathed the harbor in passion. What? Setting sun? Oh, setting sun. Okay, you need an S or a D, depending on the tense. Because if it were setting sun bathes the harbor in passion, that is beautiful. That is a really, I'm getting like orange and pink vibes with this passion word. It was such a cool thing. But I have to vote on what I'm reading right here. And setting sun bathe the harbor in passion, then, I mean, I guess it could be like a call to the setting sun, saying, setting sun, bathe the harbor in passion. Please, bathe the harbor in passion. Although, I feel like that's more my conjecture, and based on the error that was made. I can't say it's necessarily an error. Just something worth considering that for me as a reader, that came off as a trip. And if I didn't take the time to evaluate it further and see that this works too, I would have assumed it was a full trip. So that's where I'm coming from. That's how my thought process works. The only thing I can do is be honest. So orange dash, dying or sequin. The shine in her eyes was warm, her smile a song for the tired, until it was gone and what's left is a wanting, warning to fire. You used to sneak a kiss when I'm washing the dishes. You were probably tired. I can feel her smirk behind that porta potty. Poetry time is required. You were probably tired. How advanced was this? Such a well thought out game plan, so canny and complex. A dance of conflict, you know the beat. Poses and pirouettes, composing tears and sweats for the show as pillows were stuffed with shears and bricks. It's a quiet art, a silent war, weapons forged from uncertainty. The turns between words we're fighting for, to say the least. That's what it's always been. Save your breath, better than losing it. Okay, I like it. Really, like, especially, like, this section, I was absolutely, I mean, obviously you have to include that part. I was just showing that. Especially there, I was definitely on board. I really liked this line, though there was the error that I pointed out, and, I didn't like how we transitioned here. I didn't like the swearing. At least that's personal preference, but as I treat my actions as a representation of my brand, I can't swear because I don't want my brand to be about swearing. So I really like poses and pirouettes, so canny and complex. A dance of conflict, you know the beat. Poses and pirouettes. So this is a little off in terms of canny and complex. Poses and pirouettes. Canny and complex. Canny poses. Complex pirouettes. So that would make and the P knee is not and, but an is an. So it's split by the syllable, but as a result, it comes out arrhythmic. This and is actually extra. Pirouette, so can't and complex. I think. I don't know. I think canny. Maybe. I don't know. That's just my thought. I'm being honest. Most people wouldn't dig into it and think about why, or try and find a solution. I'm just saying what I see here, and I'm at least showing you my methodology. I need to keep moving because I have a time to keep. I said I would be off by 10:30, and I shall be 100%. Next, we gotta make a vote. Okay, that's an important detail, I suppose. We can't miss the vote. Anyhow, Jericho versus Scar. Jericho wrote 90 more words. Both were well within the maximum of 368, I believe it was, for this week. We're definitely going to lower the word count if these short verses continue, because I don't want to create a disadvantage for people that can't write 360 and can only write 300. I want as level a playing field as I can possibly manage as moderator of the GSL. My goal is to have the fairest, most diehard, most absolutely bloody competition that we possibly can, but make it fun for everyone involved. That's the goal. I want everybody to feel the rush of victory, the rush of getting better, knowing that you're going to have to struggle to get to the top. I want to share that because that's a beautiful thing, and nothing feels better than being good at stuff. So just take it from Big Papa Baron over here, just give it a try. All right, so we've got Jericho, 294 words, really strange choices with the smatters and the canvas repeated. I really liked where you changed over to magnum opus, laughter. The little interjections were odd, because for me reading that, it gives me a hard time in terms of knowing how your rhyme scheme's supposed to go. So unless it's just cemented in there by a perfectly formed rhyme scheme, which is like chasing infinity, it's hard to get something like that and do it without breaking the theme of your verse. Maybe if you said like Ramadan, we said ha ha ha, then you could, then maybe you could get away with it. But as is, just not a huge fan. Let's watch the video. I've made up my mind. Nothing is gonna change that. So let's watch the video. Okay, this is cool. Okay, let me read it. Okay. Yo, it's a Jericho track. Yo, twisted vanity, mixing anarchy. Sick man I'll be, as candid as can be. She enamored with fantasy, rewritten before Christ, lies, profanity, pride, demanding high fives, sides of inanity. I lied inside panicking. There was 10,080 observable particles in the universe. Violent lines smattering, the white canvas, this gift is maddening. The artist takes a step back from the canvas, the head tilts with an inquisitive look. The artist studies the painted shades, patterns. The artist smatters his paintbrush on the canvas, he sees a new pattern. The artist smatters his paintbrush on the canvas again, this time with a faster hand movement. The artist smatters his paintbrush again and again, faster. The faster right swing, left swing, higher, faster, smattering and laughing at his magnum opus. Yes, laughter, haha, yes, alive. The artist steps closer to the canvas, still smattering his paintbrush wildly. New patterns, new shades, same shade, crimson red, no violent smattering. Finally, the artist's hand smashes through the canvas. The artist swings again, punching another hole through the now crimson canvas. He picks up the painting, laughing. The artist breaks the easel, smashes it to pieces. The artist takes a step back, deep breathes now. Astonishing sequence, damaging one's ego, the death of a hero. Mannequins were created to be stand-ins for people. Our cerebral cortex has been infected with evil. That theoretical needle that has threaded us equal. Are you a legend, a sequel? Hesitant eagles scared to fly into the heavens cathedral. See through, see who, mislead as a pre-youth. Discovering one's truth is an elixir that's needful, peaceful. The artist notices the blood on the broken easel, the perfect shade of crimson he has been looking for. Beneath you, the artist grabs a blade. Script through. I don't like script through. It needed another syllable, and you can't tell me it didn't. It needed the E-oo, because you had this rhythm that made you, the blade, the perfect shade of crimson, right? Crimson doesn't rhyme with script through, right? You took one element of crimson, which is script, maybe like scripted, that could have been script is through, but that wouldn't be the right rhyme scheme, because by the end you need beneath you again, and it just wasn't there, and I won't ever accept that it's not a fact. For me, I just that one rhyme scheme. But dude, amazing work. I've been singing your praises. You know this. Like, every pay-per-view comes around and you sign up for a text topical and people are like, man, he's not gonna come with it. He's a text battler, just like TGO earlier this very live cast. Everybody doubts you guys, man. You guys keep killing it. So in this battle, with what's before me, my vote has to go to Jericho. I felt like the 90 words that Scar was lacking, his verse did not make up for it, because especially this part of the verse, this was this was like it was like the hard push through the battlefield, the adrenaline rush during the verse, that if you didn't read it with the right pattern and the right flow and emotion that was carried from the previous break, which you broke up. So if somebody didn't realize that it was just carried seamlessly through, they might not get that much of a visceral reaction from that. But these 4 lines alone, not saying that the other lines didn't matter, but getting to this climax, the climax of these 4 lines, won the battle. So my vote goes to Jericho. Hopefully, you know, it's an understandable decision. I am going to put up my BRB screen. I'll put on a little music while I do so, and I am going to answer the call of nature, my friends. I ask only that you stick around, keep being a part, and thank you, you beautiful, beautiful people. Shout outs to Rap Royalty, the home of the best in the world. A second home to me. I love you guys, man. That's why, you know, when somebody comes at Rap Royalty, I take that very seriously. Cause this is like a second home to me. You know, I don't value that much in this world. And like, I value you guys. Actually, no, I can't say I don't value that much. I value a lot. I value like the fact that I woke up this morning and took a shower and the water was hot and I had stuff to clean my hair with and I had soap to clean my body with, and then I'm not dead, and then I'm not like crippled, and that I'm able to get into a shower. The fact that I'm even able to do that, like, can you imagine? So many people can't do that, and no one ever thinks about that fact, and no one's ever thankful for the fact that we are where we are. We are who we are, and that's all we'll ever be. I'll be right back. I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening. If you happen to stick around or be here when I return in 5 minutes, keep the fire alive inside you, my friends. Let's get transferred over. Put it on pause screen. And I gotta edit this so that it says 5 minutes. What I need. Edit. Then we go 4 minutes and 59 seconds. Let's save it. Okay. Now that should be accurate to facts. Hopefully that's pretty close to where it's supposed to be. Okay, that's close enough for me. I can live with that. Alright, I'll be right back, my friends. Much love. Peace, tranquility, all that good stuff. Savali, namaste. Keep the fire alive inside you.
Not really. We avoid each other. We smile politely. Two people who pretend to be friends because it would be inconvenient not to.
Well, maybe we should stop pretending.
Maybe we should.
All right. It is go time, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. It is time to hop over into our next battle. Now that we have determined outcome of that battle, where TGO versus I'll put like TGO plus Jericho plus. So Jericho won that last battle in my view. TGO won the first battle. For a quick review of what we've got, this is annoying. These long lines, I can't fit the long lines. He began as a pawn. Okay, this is gonna be just difficult. Okay, let me see. I'm just gonna cut it at about that length. Okay. At least there are commas that I can divide by. Give me extra work. Squatter, in the future, break up your lines, so that your lines are lines. Like, even though we go by word count, we still want lines. Okay. Because this is just extra work for me before I can read your verse. And, like, I mean, yeah, it's kind of just because I'm streaming and I'm recording the video. But with that in mind, if we want to get through it quicker in the future, because this is... I'm honestly just gonna finish it, and hopefully I do a good enough job to make it readable. But I'm not gonna worry if it's necessarily the right place for the rhyme scheme, because it's just taking too much time. Like I can't do that. Okay, that looks good. Okay, fine. All right, let's read it. Now that that harrowing experience is over. Oh, that's tough. Okay, so topic is we gotta center it. I like centering. I think centering's the way to go. I think it's more aesthetic than any of the other styles. Plus, you can do like artsy things with your lines. Like this kind of looks like a goblet almost, or like a fire flower. You see, like it's like a flower. Like, check that out. Some of my verses, I actually try and make images out of the structure, which I don't think many people would notice, because most people aren't gonna pick up that this is like a shape here. I don't know. It can't have been intentional, because I did this just kind of by accident. But that's why, like, center and lines broken is like probably the best solution. Anyhow, he began as a pawn, grew up to be a king, congested with purgatory spawn, rolling boulders out of the way to free Machiavelli's spirit at dawn, a loyal disciple, dispelling the tongues of others with his Yaka arrow. His resume resembles the Count of Monte Cristo, a lone wolf, a rude mon with a cold/warm soul, packing bombs and missiles. These corneas aren't turquoise. What? Why would you say these corneas aren't turquoise? It just seems so odd to tell me what your eyes aren't, rather than telling me what your eyes are. I feel like it's choosing a metaphor and robbing it by making it an inversed metaphor. If you get what I'm saying, like, because you're trying to use corneas as turquoise as being like a negative thing, like as though you don't want them to be turquoise. But perhaps like a way to work around that is like corneas corneas, turquoise, betray the fact or something. Obviously, it doesn't work in this writing of the verse. You would have to rewrite the whole verse around that because it would change the rhyme scheme. And just take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. It was just, it felt like odd. These corneas aren't turquoise. And why turquoise? That's so odd. It was a cool color choice, but it kind of goes away from your rhyme scheme. Like, turquoise just doesn't, it's not, like, it's just not present in the rhymes prior. So that's another reason I think it tripped me up. The ones who see the truth know they're hazel. Divine blades passed down by militants from ages ago. With God hovering over his collarbones, he shall fear no man, no woman, nor ghost. A diverse range of animals on his side, animated, immortal, and invincible, slashing through the brick walls, beheading foes with heartfelt tones. He soars the Arctic mountains in search of beings seeking to be released from the constraints, racing evil cowards with just a blink, satisfying the holy three. His main focus is neat, or his focus is neat, and of the inspiration he consumes. There again, you won't tell me that that's represented in the words prior. And one thing I notice is you lose the word yumes, which could even refer to runes. Perhaps on the hilt of a sword or something like that. It would allow for some cool twists. And also runes like the one topic that there was with the giant statue. His mission becomes complete, unknowingly clearing his perception. He debunks bum speech, all while the power napping under trees. Okay, this section stands out to me as breaking the flow. Because a complete bum speech, but I didn't like the fact that you said bum speech. It didn't feel like it fit with the language prior. It doesn't sound like prior that you just said unknowingly clearing his perception. He debunks bum. Bum, 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 bum. You see how much lower of a level of discourse it feels like to say the word bum there. All while power napping, but where's power napping prior? Particularly napping. You know, collapses, snaps his hands as he axes, handing an axe to his damaging accent through its, you know, like power napping, devouring tracks and hourly action. Okay. Let's keep reading. Upon rising, he slits the throats. Actually, let me finish reading that, but I just wanted to point that flow. His mission becomes complete, unknowingly clearing his perception. He debunks bum's speech, all while power napping under trees. Totally, the trees doesn't complete, I guess, but you're really power napping. His mission becomes complete. Okay, so here's what you're trying to do. You're trying to take this section, becomes complete, and rhyme under trees, which is good, but you have power napping. So if you wanted it to rhyme perfectly, you would need to rhyme his tower catching becomes complete, unknowingly clearing his perception. He debunks bum's speech, all while power napping under trees. Upon rising, he slits the throats of rivals to relieve them of the vile within. Reincarnated, now they're following him. At first they didn't like it, but it's destiny to tolerate him. His purpose isn't clear, but he's proud of what he's penned. Proud of what's penned. He communicates with living dead to help better the planet's ends. His cape is not a matter. In fact, it's drawn from the temples of heaven's cloth, protecting him. Powerful armor intertwined within his DNA. Perhaps I could find something like equally far as the last rhyme to introduce this one, but DNA, I don't see it. I can't take the time to propose another switch. I showed you how I would do that up here, so I would approach your writing the same way. He's constantly reminiscing about lessons, reaching the youth with a unique, subtle message. It's unknown until you've really met him. It's beyond invasive, the source of its hatred, developing lyrics which were inscribed from great sins, sweeping a world of doubters, reconstructing soldiers into made men, curing cowards, eternally graceful for his role he knows must persist. This section, wherever this rhyme comes from, curing cowards, was really cool. World of doubters, curing cowards. That was really good. I liked how that felt. Eternally grateful for his role. He knows he must persist, unsure of what the path holds. He continues to etch paragraphs, traveling alone throughout dimensions. He fears none, and with his ambition to fulfill prophecies, he's more than willing to build songs that transmits the essence of his personality. Okay, I need to message, what's his, thought he would come back. I gotta chase him down. Where's he go? So he's still on the server. I gotta find this guy. Who was the one that posted the kind of necro stuff on audio? Because I gotta talk to him, man. Like, he was pretty bummed out the last time that I talked to him, and I wanted to get on Discord with him, but he wasn't around at the time. The rap I wrote? No, it wasn't that. How is my... Yeah, Shitless Fingertips. Change the name, please, my friend, please. But I'm going to... So, I'm not going to play it right now, but I am going to message you. I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed the verse. Where is this guy here? Where is he? Okay, so it's not just subject matter.
We can't be alone together, can we?
What was that? What is playing right now? Oh, it's probably from the music.
We aren't friends, are we? Not really. We avoid each other. We smile politely. Two people who pretend to be friends because it would be inconvenient not to.
Well, maybe we should stop.
Oh, he posted today. Awesome.
Maybe we should.
Okay, I'm gonna type a message. I'm going to say, hey, we got pulled apart last time. I was going to hop on Discord with you and talk through your verse. I really like your creativity, and your storytelling was excellent. Period. I just had a gripe with the subject matter. So if you changed the subject matter to something less off-putting, I expect you would get considerably better reception. I look forward to what you come up with! Exclamation mark. I saw you posted on the audio drops today. Was that track still along the same lines as the last one? Okay, if he responds affirmatively, we'll listen to that. He was last online at 4:05 p.m. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. Anyway, Okay, curing cowards, eternally grateful for his role. He knows he must persist, unsure of what the path holds. He continues to etch paragraphs. I love this. Okay, guys, I want to point out something that most people missed. This is about writing, this verse. But I mean, this makes it obvious, but just this entire thing is a metaphor for writing, and it's really cool. Like, truly, like, Swatter, brilliant, man, brilliant stuff. Okay. The source of his hatred, developing lyrics which were inscribed from his great sins, sweeping a world of doubters, reconstructing soldiers into made men, curing cowards, eternally grateful for his role. He knows he must persist, unsure of what the path holds. He continues to etch paragraphs, traveling alone throughout dimensions. He fears none with his ambition to fulfill prophecies. He's more than willing to build songs that transmits the essence of his personality. Prophecy. I feel like that could have been... I feel like that could have been better. I mean, prophecy, personality, I guess with the p, it's kind of cool, but still, like, if you said prophecies, the essence of his progeny, you know, progeny, something like that. That way you still get the alliteration. He fears none, and with his ambition fulfill prophecies. He's more than willing to build songs and transmit the essence of his progeny. See how it still hits the prophecies, progeny. Still gets you there. So I would just try and find places to do that. Let's see. Now we got to go back. Confirm. No. No more forms will be submitted. No more. All right, we got Jay LaSoul. This guy, awesome writer, awesome guy, very talented. Let's see what Mr. Jay LaSoul has to offer. I'm excited. I've seen some excellent verses, and I do not think that Jay will disappoint. So, in the beginning, it was a mere coincidence that our fears, our sins matched each other. That we'd suffered the same pain, scars, torment, and lost our mothers. That we'd sacrificed a plain life, say goodbye to a softer tomorrow. The mere coincidence I was consumed by. One thing I want to point out here. So far, imagery is beautiful. Beautiful. I love the cadence. I love the rhythm. It's so like the voice feels numb. As in, like, numb from, like, so much going on in the world. That's what this feels like. It feels like, you know, like, delivering a message of hope despite the fact that you're broken. Like, it feels like that. Now, goodbye, soon bye. No, you don't say it like that. I mean, goodbye, soon bye. You don't say consume. You don't say goodbye, you say goodbye. Like, the cadence is a little different. So that's why I can see where you were coming from with this. Consumed by, goodbye. I can see it. But for me, if I were reading that and I were, as I'm doing, putting it into audio in real time, I'm not going to be able to fix that mentally fast enough. Our day-to-day wasn't within sanity, living one calamity into the next. Every step meant one less breath. Every word was another we'd regret. We suffer so others could laugh, smothered by prayers and promises, nailed to our crosses and lost it while you laid bare without stress. We couldn't have sex. Meanwhile, you're a fluffing mess. In the beginning, I was serving justice, fire, brimstone. I was the judge, the executioner, the jury, buried in pyres and snow. Then one day he looked away, took my blade and threw in chains, sent me to my grave, and never spoke to me again. again, you don't say chains gain unless it's the accent or intonation of how you're saying. Hey, Baron, I'm off to bed. Was nice seeing / hearing you again, bud. Stay relaxed and in flow. Absolutely, will do, Shisa. Have a great night. It was so nice to see you. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I hope you and yours are safe and well. I wish you the very best, and, you know, together to the top. That's what I'm talking about. Have a wonderful evening. Keep the fire alive inside you, my friend. Okay. Let's keep on reading. Keep on bleeding, as the subject matter kind of makes. Alright. You kill and rape, but confess and you're forgiven. Okay. Wow. Wow. Woo. Okay. That's some subject matter right there. This just went to I mean, I guess it's all about torment and the madness of being lost between these feelings and kind of contemplating God, and this whole idea, you kill and rape but confess and you're forgiven. Okay. That's only in the eyes of God. In the eyes of the law, you're donezo if you're caught. But if you confess it in God's eyes, sure, you're forgiven. And that's a hard pill to swallow. Big idea. Big idea, J. La Soul. Man. Whew. See, this is what I love about Rapdash Royalty's writing, and why this place truly represents best in the world. Because you see ideas like this. This is like a huge thing. This would spark a conversation. You post this on a Twitter feed, people are gonna woof. They're gonna go like I don't know how to describe them, like locusts. That's actually a really good thing, because they will swarm, baby. They will swarm. I find myself lost in thoughts, slip knots wrapped around a burning cross. God tossed me out, lost in doubt. Funny, said I was his most disturbing loss. See, for some reason, this, even though I knew it was rhyming, the was lost in this. God tossed me out, no lost in doubt, no funny, said I, no was his most disturbing loss. I'm lost in awe, bewildered by the idea that I'm somehow the problem, when every day they barely make it 5 feet before someone kills or robs them. Bars. Woo. All right, that was a visceral reaction, my man. That was good. Just feeling that flow, feeling that impact. Just awesome. Really nice. Okay. All right. I'm lost in awe, bewildered by the idea that I'm somehow the problem, when every day they barely make it 5 feet before someone kills or robs them. They're more greedy. This is the wrong there. It should be they apostrophe RE, because they are more greedy than goblins. It's like they're born. This one. See, if you had said they're greed more than goblins, then this would be correct. So let me show you that. They're greed more than goblins. They're greed more than goblins. It's like they're born to greet and carve them. So it still basically works, even with the rhyme scheme intact. But this way, it's correct in terms of the syntax of English language. It's like they're born to greet and carve them, Manson blamed me and then made me into an easy target. How can you do the devil's work when we hardly met? I didn't know, it didn't even show up when I found out Charlie's dead. Oh, you blame me for your mistakes, painting me as a snake. When did I lose my wings? When did I lose my way? In the end, my rage took over and sparked the storm. I felt I had to rebel, to indulge the art of war. This man just went through all the topics. All the text topics he just went through. I hope by the time you notice, you'll feel just as hopeless. Let's see how well your children deal with COVID. Okay, respect. Wow. That was a verse, man. That was a verse. What a battle. Like, for all those of you out there in RR land and abroad, thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing. If you guys can hit like the like button, the subscribe button, the thumbs up, the happy clown, whatever button it is on your particular social media platform to share this with your friends, help increase this amazing platform. Because, come on, seeing some of the very best writing that this beautiful human race, we're all in it together, has to offer. Whew, that's quite a sentiment. All right, so I'd say, having read this, okay, both had elements that I had to question in terms of rhyme, like the DNA and other elements. I think Mr. LaSoul was more consistent. He didn't reach as far, though. I felt like Swatter was really pushing his rhyme schemes. I felt like Jay LaSoul was in his comfort zone. And so I got to give the effort on rhyme to Swatter of Thought. However, because Jay LaSoul was in his comfort zone, he was more consistent. So it makes sense that I would feel that way. I really like the imagery, really good. The story twist, come on, that story twist was really good. Whereas this story kind of took like a one-line path. Soul had a big twist in terms of like framing, and then you take it to the present day, so you reframe it again. Like, come on, that's so cool. And I think it's less like predictable, the outcome, than is for Swatter of Thoughts. And I think both wrote beautiful verses. However, I have to give my vote to Jay LaSoul. So on to the next battle. And keep the fire alive inside, you guys. Those were awesome verses. Okay, so let's get these to... Let me try multi-quoting. That's probably easier. Reply with quote, and then I'm just going to center it all and remove the quote around them. So we remove this diagnostic. Although number 2 is dia. That's how we'll do it. So center. Okay, cool. So now we're set. Okay, hidden beyond balance. Number 2 is dia. Number 1 is who? Curator. Okay. Hidden beyond balance. The conduction by directors in unison mustered, energies balanced from cosmos become fluid in justice, polarity resolved. It's the journey, soul's lust, infinity rusting, grand entities forge movies, Lyran eyes glued. I don't know what Lyran means, so let's look that up quickly. Lyran, I'm assuming it's like a person or something. Lyran, okay, Lyran, No definition for Lyran in Scrabble. Lyran Starseed traits. Okay, I'll assume that it's this, that it's some constellational thing. I don't have time to keep looking for it. Eyes glued, all sorts of gaugers, invest in Earth's play, imagine it, our clay, unfolding through cultures, lockdowns and phrase. Was it evolution or a creator? Dare I say, my money's on both. Paradox is paved, Satan labors, so does the divine feminine. When the yin tilts toward danger, dims, unfamiliar flavors sinning, are we but just Sims? Too unbalanced, scales, whisper savior, tailored regalia, and the rapier laser glimmers not in unity, moonlit humanity's blueprint stooped in the mist. Libra assists for leveled resolution. So just to be clear, this confirms that Libra and Lyran were the star sign. So we got it with the Google, which actually wasn't a Google search, it was a DuckDuckGo search. So that's that. Okay. To unbalance the scales, whispers savior, tailored regalia, and the rapier laser. Tailored regalia and savior. I really liked the tailored regalia. I think that was this is by far the coolest word pair that I've seen actually tonight. I think those are the two coolest sounds that I've heard in sequence this entire evening so far. So that's high praise. Good stuff, curator. Really like the use of language. I really like oh shoot, what did I do? Okay, it's fine. I didn't break anything. I really like the star signs aspect, the astrological stuff. And we have just a lot. I think at this time, it's probable that I'm not going to finish on time, but I'm going to try. I have half an hour from the moment, and I need to finish Diasic versus Curator, Thug Shells versus Candy, and Bic versus Illusion. I've got 30 minutes on the clock. Can I do it? I'm going to try. I am going to try my best. Okay, Libra assists for levered resolution, revelation related to raising reverence and ruses. Okay, why wasn't this an S? Why didn't you plural? Okay, the reason I was so excited is because of all that alliteration. Like, come on, bro, come on. Resolution, revelation related to raising reverence and ruses. Even illusory games can feel realer than bruises. Beautiful imagery. This should have been plural. And I love the alliteration. The fact that resolution, reverence, and ruse, revelation, related. Like, I love the fact that you rhymed while alliterating while building your story. Like that's some mastercraft stuff right there. So, okay, continue. Yes. Okay, so the music continues. Excellent. So how many millennia for them when the energies equalize? No, equality does not equate balance. Note the famished eyes. It's a construction, a malleable estate. Ooh, you, my friend. Wow, a malleable estate. You tricked us because you made us expect malleable state, which we'd expect, but instead, because you chose estate, it became a much larger metaphor, including the state, because malleable estate, that could even be malleable, like most malleable estate. So it's almost emphatic. It's almost self-emphatic. So brilliant. Fantasize, but attaining that glory is the raking worth applause. With aching comes hordes of chants by higher planes and support. You don't really say support like that. At least I don't. Maybe it's the pronunciation, the dialect. But we don't say applause rhyming with support, because we'd be like applause, support, ort, oz, ort, oz. You see how they're different. Okay, from the snakes in their forts to the light makers resorting, Resorting, earth, oh, this marble, these quarters, of course it's a sport. You've been trained for these wars and these fortunes, orders by scores in your vortex like hawks. Oh, really nice. The vortex, fortunes, you know, quarters, resorting, forts, support. See, I guess maybe you changed the rhyme scheme here to go to that, but I can't dwell on it. I only have 30 minutes to get this done. I've got 5.5 verses to read, so let's keep going. You get what I'm saying. You're an intelligent and capable human being. Hopefully, we can keep running, and I know that you will pick it up because you are more than capable of it. Okay, let's keep moving. My riddling seems like these words are fiddling with your brilliance. All I say is that science's matter is not all. From experience, I banter, not stalling in holes. There are no fallen, just entities crawling, doing deals with hosts above, call it galling. God peeps through every being like we fortress. Again, this rhyme didn't feel in place, even though I see you rhyme with tortoise later. In Corcus, we don't say carcass that way. We say carcass instead, and you don't say a darned bliss, right? So I can already see that that's going to be a point of pronunciation to point out. So I pointed it. It's more simplistic, more complex. Another paradox to tortoise. God peeps through every being like we fortress. It's more simplistic, more complex. Another paradox to tortoise. Adorned bliss from enlightened to carcass, then born, then christened. Okay, maybe you meant it. You probably meant it, actually. From enlightened to carcass, then born, christened. Plots of the meta. This sector, this prison, is to know that the divinest before the risen is beyond the show and attempted balance, the wisdom, and can be accessed in this moment vision. Incisions become lesser, soul embedded in fission for days, and then transfigured like he did at Easter, the mission and raise. Ooh! Come on! Brilliant. Simply brilliant. I won't spend too much time complimenting you. You already know. I'll get to it at the end. I gotta keep moving. So let's see. Next up, we've got, I guess, Diasic. Assuming that my orders were correct, I'll double check at the end. Bound together like fish in a pond, found together swimming beyond. Now we're far away. This relationship is forbidden and gone, depending on constraints given by God. Become a statistic, finish the odds. Gave this place sincere regards until it disappeared and vision was lost. Permission was ours to disregard when symptoms were dark. How can we swim with the shark when our bodies are ripping apart? Conditions were different and stark. Premonitions living in your heart. We can witness pre-existing depictions of art. Restrictions are smart. We should at least listen, pay attention before the evictions depart. Flattening curves is impossible because it's logical to revisit the park. Let me reread that. We should at least listen, pay attention before the evictions depart. Flattening curves is impossible because it's logical to revisit the park. Oh, he's talking about Corona. Okay. Water was important to survival. Now it's too brutal to taste. Beautiful late, far from unusual fate, close to its funeral date. Diasic! This man's hungry. You know what's crazy? I've heard your audio. I hear your voice. I hear your voice in these lyrics. Brilliant. It definitely takes a special sort of writing talent to truly have a voice in your writing, especially when going from text to audio. That's pretty wild. All right, I need to keep going. We've got 23 minutes to go. Funeral date, it was proof that nothing had an immutable state. If rivers can disappear and you're still in denial, that's a crucial mistake. Refuse to integrate because of the plague, disapproval, and hate. The blueprint was useless and vague, so what should we do to create? Is rebuilding a good idea when the world is too far gone to reinstate? It's a construction from nothing. It's time to focus on keeping safe. A family that stayed together grew old together. Now we just die young. I'm far gone like the lake. My world turned black. I pray for a bright sun. Bars until the last breath inside my lung. It's the same corner I try to fight from. I'm like the fish that died with the pond, searching for something to rely on. They can see me escape the blackness. For now I'll embrace the casket. The lake was my sanctuary. I came to bury and replace the sadness. If I had a trace of passion, returning to normalcy would erase the ashes. I hate waiting for rivals, especially when there's a delayed reaction. I'm ready for the world to turn colder. I'll watch how this plays out. At least the pond escaped the darkness. How did it find a way out? The world is an escape room. We live in the same house. There's no difference between us. We're looking for the safe route. Okay. Amazing. Really, really good. Both very solid verses. I really enjoyed them both. Both gave me things that I enjoyed. Okay, I really liked the use of star signs. I really liked a lot, like, illusory games, tailored regalia. Like, you had so many cool sounds in this, my man. Like, you traversed areas of the language that most writers never do. And that's word to your mama. I hope she's doing well. Dia 6 verse got me thinking a lot. And, you know, the kettle calling the pot black, not thinking it's hot when hot flash breaks into the skin. I'm freestyling while I'm on the clock. God, I gotta keep going. Okay, Diasic had a really cool approach with his verse. He had great imagery, and the fact that it was real, and the rhyme scheme was better, but I don't feel like you were always pushing yourself. Restrictions are smart. Yes, you were. Yes, you were. I can't even say that. Come on, you killed it. Killed it. Really nice. I have to give my vote to Diasic. His red too much smoother than I can fault Dia for in sometimes not pushing it, but for the most part really pushing it and doing a great job. Both of you actually went for the same sort of the same sort of idea, but approached in different ways. My vote goes to Diasic. I gotta keep moving. Okay, we got Thug Shells, who, by the way, is a friend who also live streams, and she is an excellent human being, and is as she has proven. I already know the outcome of this battle, which normally I don't, but I was invested here. You know, I invited Thug Shells to join rap-royalty.com and participate in the Gifted Scripts League. This is her first ever league of any kind. She never competed in writing stuff, and she's here on Rap-Royalty, and you're gonna see her tonight. But first, we've got a mainstay on Rap-Royalty, Candy, the absolute slugger of a writer, and I am ready for some awesome stuff. Because every time I read a Candy verse, like, I'm excited to see the creative exploration and the growth, because Candy is a really strong writer. I know that Thug Shells wins this battle by KO, so I'm basically speaking and putting the cart before the horse, but I imagine given a KO from Rap Royalty's own, I think I would probably agree, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm gonna withhold my judgment because I give no favoritism. Don't think just because you know I thought you would be an amazing writer, as you've proven that you are. Because I read your verse already and I was just like, God, like I had to post it, so of course I read it. Really, really good. I'm taking so much time when I only have until 10:30, but I'm gonna get it done. Okay, so first off, we read the Beast Candy, and respect, man. Dust scoffs my esophagus through nostrils strained. Rustic bridges rock from point blank range exchanged. Ooh, really nice opening. The point blank kind of comes out of nowhere. The moon and light passing bubbles of rainbow merged in the pupils I have noticed outside shone. Rainbow outside shone. That follow me in a tint of emerald and lime, each one lighter than the next, drawing in with a sigh. I try and wash the small child's iris of its shade as its emerald eye falls like a small marble. I dust from my nose and peer into fable. The depth of what a child's eye holds is pure soul. That's really cool. I really like that that element. Just from like a subject point of view, that was really cool. Good choice. Exactly the same quality I would expect from Candy. Really, really nice. I like the pushes with the rhyme scheme. I would even advise you, like, try and push further, because your rhyme schemes are already really good. But I feel like, because I've read a lot of your verses, I've got an idea of what to expect here. I feel like this, in terms of rhyme schemes, isn't that far of a push based off what I'm used to seeing from you. And it's really good. But I want you to dig deep and find what it is that you can grow and improve upon further, because none of us are perfect. Find that and push deep into it. I'm really enjoying the verse so far. This is the beautiful stuff, man. Every time I read a Candy verse, I see beauty, because it's there, man. It's there. And anyone that doesn't see it, you know, they're not looking hard enough. In books written times where hands weren't okay to hold, I removed the last. I feel like okay, that's a weak word. You want more forceful words. Okay and hold together. Okay, hold is not a very evocative thing. It's somebody telling you to go. You're on hold with a phone operator. I removed the last smear of green because I like blues. Whistling blows of dampness to dry the hues. The child cried for the first time correctly. Emerald drips like a dead reflection desperately. Open me for fences. In one stroke of paint, a dealer sits in knots, gracing the post in pain, feeling the richest cost. Really nice. See, that is above the level I've seen. That is some of the best writing I've seen you do. Layers of vines stretch across the tip to toe. The secrets held in breath it takes is no joke. Weaker. That this part does not follow the sits and knots. The paint a dealer sits in knots, pain feeling the richest cost. Come on. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 syllables well matched. So I would call that a 7-syllable rhyme scheme. And you have stroke of paint, so it's even more. Come on. You're doing a bar rhyme here, and here you deviate. Just focus on keeping it clean, because that's going to win you battles. That was amazing. Really, really good. Really poetic. Layers of vines stretch across the tip to toe. The secrets held in breath it takes is no joke. When I am approached for what's in my pocket, I weigh its size, being blind by sound to watch it. Its heart beats as if it knows me when it screams. The help is of title. I doctor up by means. I live on the streets, but I don't really, I get what you're doing here, because title and doctor is a title, but I just need you to explain this to me after the fact. The ink is already dry on this battle, so no matter my vote, I will not have an impact. So I just want to point that out. I live on the streets, but my past educated. I remove the legal medication dedicated. What appears to be a child happy, such much. That's not good English. But to me, a customer is not just a customer. Kid, hey, boy, or girl. I know you are one of them. I whisper in holes of a landslide where the gravel mounts untold. All warning signs, and it still didn't listen, putting me in position of risk with cold restriction. I place the fences and paint the sidelines. Really good. My hand goes deep in the abyss, clasping its hide. Whoo, really nice, really nice. Seeking attention, I raise it by its stride, like a parent orphaned of security. I smack along gravel, its glasses fall on me. It smells of preteen spirit in need of guidance, so I give it my footprints and it chokes on patience. Guidance, patience doesn't rhyme the way I want it to. That's the main thing. All right, so Lost Thug Shells, definitely the shorter verse I can see, but I've read it. It's very good. Okay, so Thug Shells goes, innately wanting oneness, wondrous in a sundress, pondering why in our slumberous states creeps in the umbrous numbness. My lips are dry at this point. I'm having difficulty even saying these words. Beautiful, beautiful imagery. Just, I really like the word choice more than anything. I think the word choice is so wild and out of there that it instantly pulls you in. Conquering it, the injustice is conquering it, the injustice of the often squandered lushness of a mind so blissed within its midst, it steers clear of the tundras. You are on, it felt like the rhyme scheme had slightly changed. That tundras doesn't feel like it quite matches up with lushness, even though it does. Like, it felt like we were on squandered, right? And instead of tundras, because double entendres, squandered, right? You could rhyme those. It felt like that was the case. And instead it veers, of course, a tiny tangent of a reverie. No effort to retort when you're all you're faced with are your memories. No dreading of discourse. You trace the pathway of the treasury to find yourself on course, on pace to chase your dreamful remedy. What could have been? And what could be are nestled in soliloquies. I use that word in my verse too. Nice. Of grandeur possibilities and candor is tranquility. I find it most sublime. I really wanted to use that word in my verse too. I didn't end up using it, or maybe I did. I don't remember. But in my original draft, I was going to have sublimation as a thing. Okay, I found it most sublime in my mind's eye, peaceful affinity. There's no such thing as time. There's only pieces of infinity. Whew, really nice. Mesmerized by the horizons of the stillness, so we wander. The closed eyelids cover diamonds of the miners of the yonder. Cool. They may say you're lost again. To that a smirk and a onward saunter. If you don't wish to be found, my friends, then stay a little longer. Really nice, really nice. Okay, I agree with the decision. The Thug Shells won this battle. I think her rhyme scheme was fresh. It was creative. It was playful in a way that many verses aren't. I felt like it was just having fun with words, and it kind of shows in almost like the swirling nature of the words, because innately wanting oneness, wondrous in a sundress, pondering why in our slumbrous states creeps in the umbrous numbness. You see how it's just constantly rotating? Like it's like going around the perimeter of a coil, you know, like as it like spirals. It feels like it spirals in a verse, which is cool because sinusoidal motion is some of the coolest stuff. All right, so my vote goes to Thug Shells. That's done. I have 9 minutes. I can get this done. I believe. Hopefully these aren't long verses. We got Illusion. My title is The Good Bad. Okay, I need to I can't read that stuff because it doesn't matter. The fish, been a minute since I done taxing. Want to let you down and lag. All right, understood, Illusion. I'll try my best to give you the very best feedback that I can and split the time fairly with Bic. Okay, we're in a puddle of wrath. One's subtle, one reacts, one's comfortable. Inside blood baths. Whew, really cool. I like the rhyme scheme. The first thing I would say is you have a lot of elements of rhyme scheme, like you have a puddle of wraths, one subtle, one reacts. See, the breaks the rhythm, so instead you have one acts, and you break it up, and the rhyme scheme doesn't hit as hard as a result. You need to make sure, and then blood also it's arrhythmic because comfortable bloodbaths. You see how the last iteration wasn't on the same rhythm, so that's think about that. When next you approach your lyrics, try and think about how I'm reading this, and think what spin. Do the spiral. We're in a puddle of wrath. One subtle, one reacts. You see how it stalls? You can't keep going with the circle. So just try and do that. One couldn't find himself to shuttle the path, or to shuttle that path. Why that path? I feel like the path would have worked better. He'll relapse, because that isn't really there from what I heard. He'll relapse, but that is that of apps. So relapse. All the troubles and facts sometimes could get bad versus evil, but Eminem and 5'9" don't shuffle these tracks. Really nice change. Okay, I really like the AB switch in this verse, or in this line, or this bar, I guess. Really nice. That was good. That was a complex and technical rhyme scheme that you pulled off with aplomb, and really, really well. So that was really good. It's like a puzzle that lacks when their minds crumble to match. Really good, because that's still well rhyming here. They stumble and clash. If they can ensemble the glass, their feet won't bundle the math. Bundle the math? I feel like bundle the math is odd wording. It feels like you're rhyming to rhyme at this point. It's lost the clear direction of the wording, because would bundle the math. Yeah, I get that could mean something, but it's just not. It's not the best thing you could have put there. That's all I'm saying. Like, just look for those things. Make sure the words that you're putting on the paper are the best ones you can. And not run in the traps, but humble the slash and simplify a scoundrel's rash and hide the shovel that always collapses. Their contrast and contact to feel the need to double it back. Their team wouldn't muddle or trash, but muscle them past and compress any negativity, trying to slow their hustle and cash thoughts. Figure when they learned from a couple of flats, but known to man, we're our worst enemies. We battle remedies, risk all our energy, dissert chemistry that'll emerge our synergy. Cool rhyme scheme. We love our nerves entities. Cool wording, holding us hostage to the curves and extremities. For some dust is serenity. We beg to differ, to not serve a simile. We enjoy the symphony. Really nice. I really like the change here to the body. So you found me from the bundle, the math. I still don't like that, even in context of destruction grievingly. Some even need help far as clinically, yet in the end mimicking, even typically, how we expect sympathy for beating ourselves down physically and mentally. Yet it's a circle to drown the embassy, splash, and look for the causes of infantry vividly, while the shimmery blurs the intensity and radiation energy continues to destroy us chemically. Really nice. Every fact says we're built to last, yet we lose longevity, and we're well aware of epiphany. We're brought up in sin, then told about ways heavenly, where a lot of us go bad preferably because it weighs on us heavily. Contend there's a cure for leprosy. Well, let me see why these bumps that rise come up effortlessly, and all my wrongs scar excessively. Excessively was a weird word, but I think I probably messed it up by kind of skipping the rhyme scheme. Just something to note. It's been the same. I can't say that. So is that how we're made indefinitely? Interesting. Big question. This is the process of perfecting me to live patterns set for me separately. Good rhyme schemes, good alliteration. I'm not sure separately really added that much because when something's set for you, it's usually separate. Two choices, regardless, death for me. To hold standards temporarily and tempter me. Okay, that was good. I need to keep reading so I can read Bix's verse. What do I think it's enough to know it's too much. Lack of efficacy, a crutch. I have to reread that. What do I think it's enough to know it's too much? Lack of efficacy, a crutch. Efficacy, a crutch. I gotta say it right. What do I think it's enough to know it's too much? Lack of efficacy. What do I think it's enough to know it's too much? Lack of efficacy, a crutch. What do I think it's enough to know it's too much? Lack of efficacy, a crutch. I think that my car won't start without popping the clutch, and I'm sure you'll be offended when I inquire about going Dutch, which sucks, but I got a bit of a crush, and when our hands connect, I blush. You're one of the few who doesn't make me stick to the touch. Everyone's always in a rush, and I mean the world with all of its woes and is just such representful. I don't think is a word, but perhaps it is, and if it is, correct me. Of the reprehensible misallocation of potential, get experimental with that essential credential. Really cool rhyme scheme. It didn't feel 100% so. For this part, didn't feel 100% necessary. But either did misallocation that I don't know. Maybe that's a wordplay I'm missing. It probably is. Is it really sinful? I will try to be gentle, but come on, that's just kind of odd. You honestly think God created us to applaud? Ooh, bars. Don't you know it's all a facade? Just to stop the saccade. I don't know what saccade is. I'll look it up after. Let's just pull up the word. Saccade. Okay. Saccade. Saccade. Where is it? Facade? No, let's look it up. Saccade. Okay. A little pressure on the side eye. Simply watches every image fades away to die. Now you see it's all just a lie. It's kind of absurd. Tell me how, after all you heard, the line between fact and fiction isn't always blurred. Are you even sure what occurred? Didn't say a word, not out of control, playing role, no soul. Wait, what was the question again? I said I believe people are inherently good. What do you think? Oh, I think too much. Lost in thought. Okay, really good. It's clear just by looking that Illusions verse is longer. But I think Bic was very to the point. I got a clear image, whereas here I kept losing the image because of overwording. Your overwording is how I would describe this. Whereas Bic was clean, very, very straight to the point, and did a very nice time. It is officially 10:30. I am done. My vote goes to Bic. I did it somehow, some way. I got all the verses done. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys for viewing. Thank you guys for being here. And before it's 10:31, please have a great night. Keep the fire alive inside you, my friends. Peace.